Good evening. This is Debra V. Wilson, still just outside of Janesville, Wisconsin, snowy Janesville, Wisconsin. It is the 18th of December, 2016. We're just a week away from Christmas, and the time is 2000 hours and 7 minutes, and that's GMT minus 6. Today's YouTube is a quick update and a synopsis of some ongoing security-related matters in my three countries of focus, which would be Canada, Israel, and the United Kingdom. The update quickly is that I'm continuing to work on my expansive research project, again focusing on Israel, Canada, and the UK. The three countries I'm looking at, I'm actually doing separate. It's a comprehensive analysis of the three nations and their security models from a civilian perspective, and what that civilian experience of security does for the effectiveness of the respective security models of each of the countries. So that's what I'm looking at. And going forward, the goal will be to eventually do a presentation in each of those countries using a myriad of modalities, face-to-face or social media or email. So that's what the update is about. Now, just to quickly let you know, to give you some information about what's going on in my three countries, and again, what my focus is state-constructed security models and how the experiences, the lived experiences of the civil sector, the civilian sector, impact not only lived, I should take that back, not only lived experiences, but reaction to state-constructed security models, how those reactions and lived experiences impact the effectiveness of a state's security model. So with that in mind, taking a look at Canada, Canada just completed a series of consultations on national security. The consultations took place between the 8th of September this year and they just closed the 15th of December 2016. And if you go, I'm going to include the link in the description of this video. And if you take a look at it, they've already got some of the results published of each of the consultations. Also, what I would suggest you do is to exercise your ability to search far and wide in looking at each of these countries. I picked the countries because they each have an academic as well as a lived personal experience for me as a civilian, but just out of general curiosity, if I were you and as myself, I would not only look at the different options I'm giving you, the examples of the state security model as experienced by civilians and how that might look and impact the state's model. I would just do a bit of setting your parameters very wide in your Google search. Just take a look and see what's out there in the World Wide Web. So that's Canada. The next country we're going to look at is Israel. So Israel, I'm looking at the Institute for National Security Studies. They do research around security matters in Israel and with the goal of facilitating public discourse. So it's kismet. It's a very interesting group with absolutely phenomenal, in my opinion, research. So I would advise you to take a look at this particular organization. And then lastly, out of the United Kingdom, I would ask you to look at the Casey Review. The Casey Review is from the Department for Communities and Local Government, and the context of it is community integration. If you want to take a look at the report just to get an idea, read it in depth. It's very interesting reading. And also to take a look at it. It's from the state's perspective. It is from the state's perspective because it's done on behalf of the state. So when something is done on behalf of the state and the state assumes some ownership of it, that's from the state's perspective. It's done. It's an independent review, although for clarity, it's literally on the website, which again I will provide the link. It says an independent review by Dame Louise Casey into Opportunity and Integration. Again, I found that some of the findings of the review seem to give voice and validate some of the state's construct of security. That's not necessarily bad. It's not bad. It's not good. That's my perception as a civilian. You'll come to your own conclusion. It's particularly fascinating if you are a civilian. I take a look at the review. It's fascinating reading, and what's even more fascinating is the reaction by ordinary, quote-unquote, citizens, British citizens, to the review. Well, this is Debra V. Wilson, giving you just 3 options to look at in 3 different countries concerning the topic of state-constructed security models as they are experienced by civil society. Thank you.